What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to another video and to the channel. For this video, I'm going to be changing up the front end of my BMW F30 with a brand new front lip with a different style that I think is going to look a little better than what I have on the car currently, in addition to some front fangs. And of course, both of them will be in forged carbon. Now, a few months back over the summer, those of you who've been following the build, know that I kind of did a forged carbon, transformation of the front end of the F30 to get a more complete forged carbon look, since initially I had got carbon fiber add-ons, accessories for the car. But about halfway through doing that, I wanted to switch to forged carbon since I feel like that's more unique and not a lot of people have a complete forged carbon setup with all of their add-ons, front lip, side skirt, spoiler, diffuser, all that stuff. So yeah, it has only been a few months since I did that, and I'm already changing the front lip and adding some front fangs, just kind of redoing the front end a little bit. Nothing crazy, but yeah, some of you may be wondering, why am I already changing the front lip that I just got, a few months ago? And that is simply because I just wanted to try something different, try out different types of front lips and see how they look. That way I don't keep the same look for too long, which I kind of have been doing on the F30. There's a few parts on there that I haven't really changed since I first put them on over a year ago. But lately I have been feeling a change, and I do want to change a few things on the F30, as I mentioned in one of my previous videos. So in today's video, this includes, like I said, a new front lip and some new front fangs. Now, before I get into the bulk of this video, remember to give this video a thumbs up if you end up enjoying it and finding some value in it by the end. And subscribe if you end up liking what you see in this video. Also, feel free to check out my website at inline6auto.com, where I have an assortment of carbon fiber aftermarket accessories for BMW F30, E90, 3 Series, and a few other BMW models, in addition to some lighting upgrades for BMWs. As usual, I'll leave a link to it in the description of this video if you guys want to check it out. So yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at this new front lip and these new front fangs. So here I have the new forged carbon front lip, in addition to the forged carbon front fangs. Now, starting with the front lip, you guys can see it has a different design than my current JHP style front lip, although it is kind of similar in terms of like this area here and like the overall like front part here. It's very similar, except when you get like over here, it has a sort of wing that sticks up on both sides. And honestly, I'm not the biggest fan of, winged side skirts, front lips, rear extensions. Not the biggest fan. And honestly, this is probably my least favorite part of this front lip. But as mentioned, I do want to just try this out and see how it looks on the car. And based on some pictures I've seen, it does look very aggressive and it looks pretty clean. And then right here, you guys can see there's sort of like an indentation right in the middle of the front lip. And right here is where it'll make contact with the bumper, so I'll have to find a spot along this area here to secure it to the bumper. And honestly, overall, I think this front lip is very unique. I do not see many F30s with this style front lip. And by the way, I believe the name of this style front lip is called the MAD style or MAD style. And like I said, I have not seen many F30s with this style, so that is why I wanted to try it out, because I like trying out more unique aftermarket parts for my BMWs if I can, obviously. So that is one of the main reasons why I chose to go with this style front lip, just because it is not very common. From what I see, most people choose like the M Performance style front lip or like the VAR style front lip, and I didn't want to go with those since, like I said, I've seen a lot of F30s with those styles of front lips. So yeah, I think this one's going to look pretty cool, unique, aggressive. And then to go with the front lip, I have the forged carbon front fangs that I think are going to add more of a touch of uniqueness and aggressive look to the front end. And initially, I didn't have any front fangs with the JHP front lip, because I kind of didn't like how they looked. I honestly think they look the best on like darker colored F30s. On white ones, I do not think they look as good, just because like white is a very bright color and these are very dark pieces, and they just they stand out too much in my opinion. and I just didn't think they looked good. But for this front lip, I wanted to put them on the car because, again, I wanted something different on the car. I want a different look, and these will offer a much different look with these on the front bumper. So yeah, I think this setup is gonna look pretty cool, unique, aggressive. Hopefully how I envision it in my head and the pictures I've seen with a couple other F30s with this, setup. I think it's gonna look pretty cool, so I can't wait to get it on the car. Now, as usual, I'm going to be putting a scrape guard on the bottom of it. I decided to go with a different company this time for a scrape guard. I went with Sliplo, I believe it's called. And from what I can tell, this is a pretty popular scrape guard among, car enthusiasts with front lips and lowered cars. I got this one off Amazon for about $86 with tax and everything, so I'll leave a link as usual if you guys want one for your front lip. I definitely recommend a scrape guard in general because I've been using it for all my front lips over the last year and a half, and they have saved the front lip many times. I definitely got my money's worth. So yeah, definitely 100% recommend you get a scrape guard if you have a front lip, and especially if your car is lowered. This will definitely save you and preserve, the bottom of your front lip and prevent any cracking along the front here. And then also, as usual, I'll be ceramic coating these before I put them on the car to add a layer of protection against the sun to prevent any yellowing or fading. So yeah, that is what I'm going to be doing in this video. I'm going to be installing the front lip and the front fangs. But before that, I'm going to go ahead and put the scrape guard on and then ceramic coat the pieces real quick. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started on this. Alright guys, so I took off the JHP style front lip and I have it right in front of the new front lip for comparison. So taking a look here, again, the designs are very similar. They have a very similar shape, but you can see here in the center, as I was saying, there is like an indentation compared to the JHP style front lip. That adds a bit more, design and character to the front lip. Now in this area over here, you can see they're pretty much like identical in terms of design and shape. It's just when we get out here, you can see this one has the wing, this one doesn't. And again, I know some of you probably don't like, like front lips or side skirts with wings like this. I honestly am with you. I kind of don't really like how they look. But again, I do just want to try out something different that I've never tried before. Who knows, maybe I'll end up liking how this looks. So yeah, we'll just have to wait and see how it looks on the car. Now on the new front lip, there are no pre-drilled holes like there is on this one. So I am going to have to drill some holes, which is kind of annoying, but I've done it before, so shouldn't be too much of a hassle. But anyway, now I'm going to go ahead and install this new front lip. real quickly here, I got the bumper completely on with all the bolts and screws and everything. And I wanted to show you guys exactly where I bolted the front lip onto the front bumper to have like the best security, so this thing does not, you know, come flying off or anything from, you know, wind when you're like driving really fast on the highway. So initially when I just had the JHP front lip, I had 2 of these nuts and bolts, like one right around here and then another one over here, and just 2 in the middle, and that's it. And then I used some of these screws that are part of the bumper to secure the rest of it. But on this one I decided to add 3 nuts and bolts, so I have one there, and then one over here, in addition to 1 screw there, 1 screw there, 1 screw there, and then a screw on each side, so one there and then one on this side over here, and then 1 additional screw there to make sure it's completely flush with the front of the bumper. So these 3 big bolts each have a nut on the inside here that's sort of grabbing onto the bottom of the bumper on each one of these to have, you know, maximum security on the bumper, so that, like I said, so this thing does not come flying off. Alright you guys, so taking a look at the front end of the F30 with the new Mad style front lip on, in addition to the front fangs, I honestly think these make the front end of the F30 look really, really good. I honestly was kind of scared that it would not turn out that good, or I wouldn't like how it looks once they were on the car. But I have to say, I really like how the front end looks with these on the car. I think they make the front end look a lot more aggressive than when I just had the JHP style front lip on. I think this front lip has a much cooler design than the JHP front lip. It just has a lot more style and character to it, and it is much more, I would say, eye-appealing. The JHP front lip is much simpler and doesn't have as many, you know, designs to it. It's just one simple shape and that's it. This has a lot more different types of shapes to it. For example, it has this, which I am happy does not stick out farther, because that's what I thought. I thought this was like gonna stick out a bit farther and just kind of have this little wing here sticking up, but it hugs the bumper, which I think looks pretty good, despite me not really being a fan of, you know, winged sides like that. And then in the middle section here, it has this little indentation to add more design, as I was saying. And just overall just has a cooler, more unique look to it than the JHP front lip. And I honestly think it looks a bit more aggressive than the JHP front lip, though the JHP front lip looks a bit cleaner, I would say, but it is, as I said, much more simpler. Now the front fangs look really good with this front lip. I actually tried front fangs on the JHP front lip, but I honestly did not like how they looked with the front lip, so I ended up taking them off and just running just the front lip. But I have to say, the front fangs look really good with this front lip. I think they go together very well in just the design. I think they kind of match and kind of are complements. So yeah, overall with the front fangs and this front lip together, it just gives the front end a very cool, unique, and aggressive look that I really like looking at. Right now I am enjoying looking at this car as I'm admiring it and explaining it to you guys. So yeah guys, I am definitely satisfied with how this came out, thankfully. As I said, I was kind of scared that I wasn't gonna like it, but now the only thing that I don't like about this front lip that it does not have, that the JHP lip does have, is that it sticks out less. It doesn't stick out as much as the JHP front lip. The JHP front lip kind of stuck out a bit more, and I think it made the front bumper just look more full when you look at it from the direct front. With this one, it's a little bit smaller and doesn't stick out as much and just makes it look a bit thinner overall. It just makes the front bumper look a bit less full and bulky, but it is not too significant. It doesn't bother me that much. I still think it looks really good, and that's really the only complaint I have about this front lip. So yeah, overall I am definitely satisfied with how this came out. Now some of you may be wondering where I got these from, and like with most of the carbon fiber or forged carbon parts I have on the F30, I got them from the suppliers that I have for my store, Inline 6 Auto. So yeah, if you would like either of these products, you are more than welcome to DM me on my Instagram at E90Hallenby or Inline 6 Auto so that I can get you this front lip or the front fangs or both. So yeah, it won't be an easy direct link to these if by chance any of you out there would be interested in purchasing this front lip or these front fangs. The fitment on both of these products are really good. Now they aren't perfect since they are considered aftermarket, so it's never going to be perfect, but they are really good overall still for being aftermarket products. So these are really high quality products, the front lip and the front fangs, with real forged carbon or carbon fiber. So yeah, these are really high quality products, and that is why I'm willing to offer them to you guys. So that is going to wrap up this video, you guys. As always, thank you for watching, and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it or found some value in it, as always. And subscribe for more content if you liked what you saw. Also, feel free to check out the rest of my website, inline6auto.com, for any forged carbon, carbon fiber, aftermarket accessories for your F33 series. I also have some lighting upgrades as well. As usual, I'll have a link to that in the description of this video. But yeah guys, thanks again, and I will see you guys in the next video.